Okay, I'm going to call to order the December meeting of the Human Rights Commission. The first order of business is to say goodbye and thank you to our outgoing member, Allie Lee. You've been, is it 3 years?
Yep.
Run term, 3 years?
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. I'm excited to see what everybody does, though. Yeah, you are going. I think things are happening and the ball's rolling, so I think it'll be exciting times.
Well, I'm going to really miss you.
Oh,
So,
you too,
I mean, we all are, but
Yeah.
just speaking for myself.
Thank
gonna
you,
miss
Allie.
you. Yes,
Yes.
thank you.
On behalf of the city of New Ulm, thank you for your service.
Thanks.
We appreciate all that you contributed and what this commission does, and we know you are a big part of it.
Thank you.
I think you're such a contribution to the HRC here. So, it's going to be a missing.
I'll still be around here and there, I think.
I need people to walk in the parade.
There you
Volunteer
go.
you. And
No.
Yeah,
that Isabel? does not Okay.
negate you being able
No.
participate.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Our next order of business is election of officers, and seeing as we are a rather skeleton crew, I feel like perhaps that's not the best agenda item to deal with at this time, unless we're going to volunteer the people who aren't here into positions. As you can see, we're missing our chair and vice chair. So
I would make a motion that we table this to our next meeting.
Second.
okay, all in favor of tabling elections till the next meeting?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign? Okay, we will defer to January then. Next up is approval of minutes from our November 24th meeting, if you want to review those for accuracy. I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes as written from the November 24th meeting.
Sorry.
That's okay. So, okay.
All second.
Second. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign? Okay, approved as written. Next up is our monthly financial report. I think last month we were at like 57% spend, and we have not spent a dime since then, so there will be nothing to, to note different from last month.
Does it carry over into 2026?
It does. We will carry it over, yeah. I mean, it's always good practice to spend what you're allotted when you can. We did do some things differently this year that thus far aren't really costing us too much. I think when we get to the education subcommittee, Allie and I and Carl were at, there's probably some room for some expenses upcoming there.
Yep.
So we don't have to approve that, do we? Okay, thank you. Okay, the next item is the Human Rights Award. The submission deadline was last Friday, the 19th, and I know that we struggled with getting a timely publication of that announcement in the journal. And it's great. We've received one nomination. That's awesome. I think in the past we've typically received more, and was thinking that maybe we should consider extending the deadline and maybe thinking again about how we can promote awareness of it, because it really, the announcement in the journal kind of got published. I saw it, but it was maybe the day before, and I think it was on the 5th or 6th page. It was pretty far buried in there, and that seems to be one of our ways. I don't know if Kristen, did she go on KNUJ? Does anybody know?
I don't
Something we
think
had
so.
talked about,
I think
but
there's talk of it, but
I don't know if she did.
or not.
So maybe we could circle back on using that the community affairs at KNUJ and trying something there, and again sharing the announcement on the city webpage, since we don't have our own Facebook page.
Yeah, I think with the shuffle of all the holidays
I
and
know.
everything, it's something that can often get, overlooked or missed. So I would make a motion that we extend the deadline,
1 month, 2 months?
Yeah.
I don't know.
probably a month, I think. That would be good.
That makes sense.
Okay.
So,
don't know what-
119?
What is the day of the week? Is that
The Monday.
a Monday? What's that Friday?
That is Martin Luther King.
Okay, what's the Friday of that week?
3rd?
The 23rd of January. And I would also say that maybe we should consider a different time frame for this award.
Yeah.
Because I think that
Or, yeah.
it always kind of, we sort of feel like we're waiting till the last minute for submissions and then they come in, but it feels a little unnecessarily rushed maybe to have it. Because to your point, there's a lot going on. Yeah.
Is there any sense to timing it so that we could announce the winner and have them, or some kind of an event associated or tagging along with like neighborhood night out or welcome new home?
That's a good idea. So in the late summer, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, because National Night Out is usually end of July or very early August, and then Welcoming Week is in September. Yeah, I think that makes sense, Carl. Well, I forget which committee owns this project. I don't think it's the Activities Committee.
Where's the dartboard?
Is it?
See sponsored events, I think.
Maybe. Yeah, I forget. So we maybe could turf the discussion about next year's process and when to think about that. But it sounds like I'm hearing a desire to prolong or extend the nomination period.
Yep. Yeah, I make a motion to extend the deadline to January 23rd and discuss changing the time frame of the award in general.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign? Okay, we will extend that period, and I would encourage everybody on the committee to share the Facebook page, the Facebook announcement. I can remind Lisa, or not remind, but tell Lisa to see if she can repost that from the city's page as well. Okay. Education Committee report. I can't remember when I thought Chris was coming maybe to a future meeting.
Yeah, we talked about that last.
Yeah, I remember that, but I don't remember what the actual plan was, so.
Well, that was in the minutes. It said hoping for December or January.
Okay,
I'm guessing
well, I
that's
guess January. That's fine. The Education Committee did meet December 1st. We had a good turnout. I put together some minutes with Ally's help, if you want to look at those to see what we talked about and kind of where we're heading. There's still some things that need to be figured out from the perspective of the Reconciliation Rider Group on exactly what they would propose to us for support. We kind of gave them some ideas of kind of what's within scope of HRC and what's outside of the scope of HRC, and maybe some potential other partners for them as well. So you can see that.
Yeah, it was a good meeting. I feel like we made a lot of headway in kind of just, I don't know, establishing a relationship and brainstorming a bit on what that partnership looks like. And I think it'll be really cool to see what comes out of it. A lot of, events with an educational slant, I guess. Yeah. Seems like it'll be really cool.
Yeah. You can see a discussion on partnerships. We provided some ideas for them to kind of go to those partners who might be better equipped to provide expertise than we sure are, and come back to us with some ideas. And then we also, you can see at the bottom, after they left, we discussed our next Living Without Limits event, and we picked 2 topics. I think those were the ones we had already talked about, and I need to work on getting some dates so we can move ahead on scheduling that. That's really where we're at with that.
Have we nailed down some panelists?
I
Firmed up those, or are they still kind of pending?
They're still pending, I think, based on, I need to communicate with the library, get some dates first so we can see who's available, who's still interested. I have several people who have expressed interest in the past, and now I can circle back with them and
Good.
provide them an example of what the first one looked like. So maybe it's a little less intimidating, although it's a hard act to follow. So maybe more so. I don't know, Carl.
I don't think it's hard. I think they'll do just fine.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Good format.
Yeah. And then other business. I feel like, wasn't this from last month? The League of Cities. Wasn't that last month that you provided that? Or was that?
I did
Okay.
talk about it, and I don't know if I had said I would want to bring more particulars, but I would have to defer until January because I don't have that information with me.
That's okay. It might have been a holdover. Any legislative updates? I mean, there's a lot going on, but nothing directly applicable for us at this time, I don't think. And then anything from the city council?
I didn't see anything. I don't know if the mayor has anything, but I watched the videos and I didn't see anything that was pertinent to us.
I don't believe so, but if I may just give you some information, the city manager and I met with a representative from the Riders Local Committee and talked about some of the things that I see suggested in the minutes from the Education Committee meeting if we could start early on, and the education piece was particularly interesting to me, and I shared with them that the Brown County Historical Society during August does programming, both Native American participation as well as early pioneer participation, and continue to educate. And over time, how it's been a good and a great opportunity for us to reach out to our partners within the state of Minnesota. Also shared with her, she wasn't aware that when we did the major exhibit on third floor, we had 2 Native American consultants participate in the interpretation of the Dakota War, and so that we were looking legitimately at both sides of the story. So suggested too that Brown County Historical Society may be willing to continue that education piece leading up to the ride, and I don't know that, I'm just speaking from having worked there, that maybe that's a program that we could work on so that we almost have like work sessions up until the riders come through in December so that we can study some of the subject matter related to the riders, what they want to accomplish, and the story. So it was exciting meeting with her, and hopefully next year we'll start a little bit earlier, and that is one of the things that they expressed as well. We did share with her that human rights certainly is a place to be engaged and share, but that if there's something at the city level as far as facilities and other kind of logistics, that maybe that could go directly to the city manager, and he can delegate different staff people to be involved in the process.
Thank you. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That kind of goes along with what we were discussing at the events committee or the education subcommittee. And another topic that came up is discussing or education around more than just the war or the conflict.
Yes,
but
exactly.
there were relationships that were there long before that happened, relationships after that, and it's not, although that's a very pivotal event, of course, in the shared history of New Ulm, it's not the only thing that happened.
Exactly.
So I think that there was interest expressed on both sides, both our side and from the reconciliation writers to look at some ways to talk about those other topics as well. Thanks for that update. Okay. So we need a volunteer for, let me backtrack a little bit. We need a volunteer for January through March, City Council Liaison.
I can do that.
Okay, thank you, Carl. Okay. The next regularly scheduled meeting of the Human Rights Commission is Monday, January 26th. Maybe we'll have those nominations by then, right? Or
Is there, can the committee send a reminder of sorts, invitation perhaps to the city manager
yes,
so that.
That's a good idea.
I don't know if he's maybe with
Yep.
all that's going on with budgets and stuff that that may
Sure.
have got shuffled down in his pile, but.
yes. Reminding Chris with an invitation. Thank you. That's a good idea, Carl. Anything else? Okay. Well, hearing nothing, I will seek a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, we are adjourned at 5:39, I think, and I've always wanted to use this.